A young man Jiha is in the house when a security company, JSS, sends its agents to kill him, but Jiha is a skilled fighter, so he defeats them easily, using spray paint, breaking their helmets, and knocking them out. In a few minutes, all of the JSS agents are down, and Jiha packs a bag of his belongings and leaves his home. While fleeing to another place, he takes out the SIM card from his phone and throws both away on the side of the road. In the past, we saw Jiha working as a military agent in Iraq. When he returned to the base after a round, he saw that his girlfriend Rania was talking about something in a tent with some officials. He waved at her and went away. After the meeting ended, the officials put a blind mask on Rania's head and took her with them. Jiha saw the whole scene, so he ran to help her, but couldn't reach them. After following the cars of those officials, he found Rania dead on the ground in the barren area. He seemed to be in great pain, weeping over the dead body of his beloved girlfriend, whom he was going to marry soon. After some months, we see Jiha with a bloodied body gasping in a room. He gets dressed and sets out into the city, while trying to avoid the surveillance cameras. In the night, a young girl named Anna stumbles into a metro station. Anna dashes past the gate and crashes into Jiha. When she apologizes in Korean, he asks in their native tongue if she's all right. Hardly able to believe her luck in finding a companion in this country, she sticks to him and desperately pleads for his help. Jiha tries to shake her off, but she begs him to save her from people chasing her. Meanwhile, the agent who is chasing her comes there. Seeing him, Anna runs down to the platform and hides behind a pillar. He sees her and grabs her when she tries to run, but that's when Jiha intervenes and asks Anna to leave. She runs over to the next pillar while he deals with that agent. She looks on as Jiha fights with the man. The encounter is exciting, and Jiha finally overcomes him. In the end, he is able to strangle him until he passes out. Checking the man's pockets confirms that Jiha has just attacked a cop. He picks up his things, while security calls are made from the distance down below. Jiha is trying to flee from that place, but some officers stop him, so he defeats them and goes out. But his troubles aren't over when he sees Anna in the cop's car outside. She immediately cries out for help, but Jiha silently shakes his head no this time and climbs into a taxi. 6 months later, in Seoul, we find Jiha at a banner advertising warehouse on a hot day, putting the finishing touches on a painting. In the night, he gets a call from his boss telling him that a large banner hanging on the side of a building needs retightening due to the strong winds, so he goes to fix it. Jiha is initially stopped from entry because it's after hours, but the cleaning lady recognizes him. After securing himself to the roof, Jiha climbs over and goes down the building. As he secures the ties, the camera pans down to a room a couple of stories below, where the presidential candidate Se-jun and a half-dressed young woman are present. Se-jun takes the glass of wine handed to him, completely oblivious to the fact that it's been drugged by that young woman. Down below, a group of masked men attack the building and beat down the security guards in their path. As the masked men make their way upstairs, their leader reminds his men to capture the footage of the presidential candidate and the young girl they need. Meanwhile, Jiha slips further down and catches Se-jun and his lover in mid-kiss. Jiha gets a good look at Se-jun's face, but pays little regard to the intimate session between them. Se-jun turns away and tells his lover to close the curtains, but that's when the effects of the drug kick in, and he collapses. After that, Se-jun's lover tries to put herself and unconscious Se-jun in a compromising position in bed to get the footage. Meanwhile, Jiha sees the kind cleaning lady while securing a corner of the banner. He sees the masked men burst into the office. The masked man strikes her down. Seeing this, Jiha's attempts to kick his way through the glass are futile, so he pushes off the window with his feet and throws a pick at the glass to create enough of a crack, enabling him to crash his way through. Then, he fights the masked men and knocks them down. Soon, the masked men learn that they've got company in the form of JSS agents, so the leader calls to return back. Jiha rushes to the injured cleaning lady's side to help her. He demands for an ambulance. The press swarms the building. However, Jiha drives away after putting the lady into the ambulance. After some time, Se-jun returns to his home, where his wife, Eugene, is present. He trusts that his wife will clean up the mess, but there is one problem that bothers him: the banner boy who gets a look at his face. Chief Ju of the JSS security is shocked when he reviews the security footage that captured Jiha's face. He requests for his superior's officer to urgently ask that the agents sent after Jiha be called back, otherwise they all end up dead. Chief Ju remembers Jiha as the man whom he trained in the army. He was best there as he won many prizes and got the title of Best Fighter of the Blackstone. Jiha, meanwhile, drives home to pack some essentials, but the sound of tires rolling over the sewer hatch alerts him of the JSS agent's arrival. He let them enter the building, and then knocks them out one by his exceptional fighting skills. Chief Ju arrives much later, utterly relieved that all the men are still alive, and Jiha has fled away. The next day, Eugene scolds her subordinates for letting a bannerman go out of their hands. Through her gentle voice, her disappointment in the JSS is evident. Chief Ju, however, believes that capturing Jiha will be virtually impossible. He was present during Jiha's training, and can thus say with certainty that his abilities are beyond the JSS capabilities. After being dismissed from the Special Forces, Jiha belonged to an elite private military company named Blackstone. He had also fought in Iraq as a mercenary, but he's currently on the run, so there's no way someone would catch him. Everyone in Blackstone is a wanted man, and while the rumors say those men fell into the hands of terrorist groups, Chief Ju can confirm that one of them, Jiha, is currently in Korea. But all that information doesn't change the resolution that JSS cannot handle the job. Meanwhile, Jiha gets off at a bus station and spots the police. So, he heads to the bathroom and swipes a soldier's uniform to blend in and exit without suspicion. With Jiha, who is unable to hitch a ride, he helps an old couple stranded on the side of the road. In return, he goes to their house with them and has a meal. He also offers to help with their farm work, so he stays there for a while. During this time, the head of JSS CEO Guk pays a visit to the police commissioner to help him find Jiha. After hours of searching, the JSS team pinpoints Jiha's location. The next morning, when Jiha goes out for some work, an assailant comes there to the old couple's house. He ties the couple and asks about Jiha. The couple claims that Jiha is long gone, so the assailant pours gasoline over the couple in the house. Just as he's about to set the entire place ablaze, Jiha shuts the lighter and kicks the man away. He fights with the assailant and also subdues him. Jiha asks him who sent him. The attacker tells him that the threat is intentional. All the people who would try to help him hide from this point forward will die. That's why the life of that old couple is in danger. So, the man tells the name of the person who hired him to kill Jiha. That's how Jiha shows up outside Eugene and Sejun's house later that evening. Pretending to make a delivery, Jiha quickly takes care of the guards outside. Then, he enters the house and surprises Eugene, who is already there. She drops her glass in shock when Jiha comes up to her, but that's as far as her surprise goes, as she can tell that the young handsome man before her is the one she was after. Jiha asks her to leave him and the people around him alone, otherwise, he has to come back again to her, and then she will die. But Eugene has done her homework on him. Her bodyguards soon rush in and surround Jiha, pointing guns at him. Still, Jiha politely asks Eugene to leave the old couple alone, as they know nothing about him. But Eugene doesn't intend to leave them. Her men take Jiha out, toss him into the back of a van, and tie his feet together. Struggling against his handcuffs, Jiha crawls over to open a bottle of motor oil and pours it on his wrist, painfully pulling it off. He then comes out of the van and knocks down all the bodyguards there. After unlocking himself, Jiha grabs a gun and heads inside the house again. He catches Eugene on her way down the stairs and lifts the gun to her jaw. He says that this is the second encounter he has told her about. He cocks the gun and presses it against Eugene's temple, but they aren't alone, as a voice behind him softly says, "Shoot." It's Anna who screams, "Shoot." Jiha turns and recognizes her from their previous encounter in Spain months ago. Jiha's eyes open wide in recognition, as a screaming Anna is dragged back into her room. Actually, Anna is the daughter of Sejun from another mother. Her mother was murdered when Anna was a child, and she was kept in a monastery away from her father so that she couldn't be any threat to the image of the presidential candidate Sejun. But when Anna tried multiple times to flee from that monastery, Eugene ordered her subordinates to take her to her home, so that she could be monitored better. So now she is at home but still has not met her father. Jiha makes Eugene his hostage when more bodyguards armed with guns rush in, and he orders them to ready a car. The gun is still pointed at her temple. Eugene tells them to do as he says. At Eugene's threats that he won't make it out alive, Jiha takes a phone out of a potted plant and explains that he's just sent an email containing a video that recorded their entire encounter here. It's scheduled to be sent to the press, prosecutors, and the Blue House in 24 hours, so she'd better leave him and the people he cares about alone. He's the only one in control of this email's fate, so she's better off praying that he remains alive every day. He tosses the phone into the microwave, where it bursts, and coolly orders Secretary Kim to ensure his safe passage out of the grounds. Then, Jiha takes Eugene outside and sits her in the driver's seat. He climbs into the back seat, and the car takes off. At this point, Secretary Kim and the other bodyguards immediately follow. In the car, Eugene admits that she underestimated him, though Jiha says that he had no interest in her husband's extramarital affair. She says to name his price for the email, but Jiha is not interested in money. Meanwhile, they've got a motorcyclist tailing them. The motorcyclist and his passenger catch up to the car when it enters a tunnel. They have external control of the car, forcing it to speed up. Stepping on the brake does nothing. This means that someone else is also interested in Eugene's life. Eugene starts losing control of the speeding car and makes a sharp left to avoid passing traffic. Jiha climbs into the driver's seat to take over. He identifies an upcoming curve in the road, which he believes is a perfect place to fake an accident. Jiha says they need to escape the remote control's radius. He notices Eugene's bodyguards decide to do something about the motorcycle, though he reasons it's too late. The car tears through a roadwork site thanks to that motorcycle, which stops to observe. But that gives the car-carrying Secretary Kim the perfect opportunity to crash into the bike. Eugene screams as the car sails through the air, flips over, and lands upside down. Bloody but conscious, Jiha is pulled out of the wreckage. Just then, there's a spark, and Jiha rushes over to wake Eugene, but the car explodes. Luckily, Jiha succeeds in saving Eugene, and we see him carrying Eugene in his arms. After reaching outside the radius of the blast, he fell down. Eugene instructs her people to take Jiha to a hospital. She tells Secretary Kim that he mustn't die. The next morning, Jiha is at the hospital, where he's been tied down with restraints. Meanwhile, Chief Ju comes in, and Jiha is surprised to see Chief Ju. He can't believe that Chief Ju was behind all of this. What happened with him in previous some days. Chief Ju was his official at the time when he was kicked off from the army, but Chief Ju did nothing for him at that time. But now, Chief Ju presents Jiha with an identification card. Chief Ju wants Jiha to join JSS, but Jiha isn't interested in the offer of becoming Eugene's bodyguard. He no longer plans to pledge his loyalty to any nation or organization. However, Chief Ju tries to convince him by saying that JSS is no ordinary security organization. They collect information about JB Group's deepest and darkest secrets, and JSS gathers all kinds of intel on the country, from the economy and finance to politics and the media. Also, they earn a lot of money. The people he's working for aren't ordinary people. He believes they're headed to the Blue House. And if that happens, Jiha could be granted a pardon for what he did in the past. Jiha sighs that he's tired and useless. Chief Ju knows Jiha suffers from PTSD, which means he can't kill anyone because of the trauma of the death of his girlfriend. Chief Ju believes bodyguards are not just to kill, and Jiha's keen instinct and skills will make him an excellent bodyguard. But nothing about that sounds appealing to Jiha. He isn't interested in working under anyone either, so he leaves Chief Ju and heads out of the hospital. Meanwhile, in the elevator, Park Kwon-soo climbs into the same elevator as Jiha, whose eyes open wide in recognition. His mind flashes back to a memory of him dropping a gun and sobbing over the dead body of Rania. Park Kwon-soo was another political figure opposite Se-jun in the presidential election, and also, he was there when Rania was killed on his order, and he was laughing at her death. Jiha collects himself and spies a gun in an officer's gun's case. He quickly takes the gun and kills the bodyguards around Park Kwon-soo, and then points the gun at Park Kwon-soo. But it turns out that it was just his fantasy. In reality, Jiha reaches for the gun, only to draw back from an oncoming panic attack. He feels difficulty breathing due to his PTSD. He crumples and clutches his chest. Sometime later, Jiha assembles what looks like a makeshift remote-controlled motion-censored trap set to burst upon approach. He finds his opportunity the next time Representative Park gets his next shave, and Jiha slips the remote into the politician's blazer in the dressing room. He waits for Representative Park in the lobby, but at that moment, a child runs ahead of Park and gets caught in the revolving doors, which is exactly where the device is installed. Jiha is stopped by Park Kwon's bodyguard from getting any closer. He sees the flashing light indicating that the device is seconds from the explosion, which is when Representative Park is escorted through another exit, putting distance between him and the device, much to Jiha's relief. He turns to leave, but the officer who stopped him flashes his badge at him. He is the man of Park Kwon-soo, and recognizes Jiha from the night when they attacked the building at the start. So, they start fighting, but Jiha runs from that place. He jumps from the roof of the building with cables, Jiha had already descended to the ground by the time Representative Park's men reached the rooftop. A car is there for him, and Chief Ju is standing nearby. Jiha reluctantly gets into the car with Eugene. In the car, Eugene again offers Jiha to join her. She now knows that Jiha wants to kill Park Kwon-soo, and Eugene wants the same. So, they both agree on the same terms to work with each other against the same enemy. So now Jiha has joined the JSS. The next day, after a long run, Jiha enters the JSS headquarters and draws everyone's immediate attention. Chief Ju welcomes him, but Jiha's superior team leader, CO, is against the idea of Jiha joining his VIP team so soon. While Jiha is in the shower, several of the other agents attack him. They remember their last encounter with Jiha when he beat them hard, but this time, Jiha also came strong in all of them combined. Chief Ju watches the video feed of their fight in amusement. After that, in a meeting, Jiha was introduced to the entire VIP team, and now we finally heard his code name, K2. Jiha's assignment is a night shift in Section C, which means he is tasked with being Anna's bodyguard. In the car, Jiha is also curious about his new charge, and learns that Anna is Sejun's daughter who has been kept hidden from the world's eyes. Her existence cannot be made known to anyone, least of all Representative Park. Once they arrive at the safe house, Jiha is introduced to Anna's female bodyguard, Miran. Upstairs, Anna sneaks a peek at Jiha. The housekeeper explains how the curtains remain closed because of Anna's sensitivity to strong flashes of light. Anna has a routine as well. She gets up at 9 p.m. and takes an hour-long shower, which is when they clean and search her room for prohibited items. She doesn't like strangers due to her social phobia. Jiha is brought to the surveillance room. There, the other bodyguard tries to make himself superior by saying that he is from the Army's Special Forces. Jiha calmly mentions his rank in the military, showing that he has been in superior ranks. At night, we check in with Jiha, who leisurely monitors the security cameras. He sees Anna stop outside the bathroom as Anna stares directly into the camera. He watches with curiosity as Anna heads to the kitchen and bypasses the prepared food on the table to open the fridge instead. But she doesn't find what she wants in the refrigerator. She looks around, and finally, she finds ramyun. She is very happy at this and twirls around, holding the ramyun packet. She fills the pot with water and puts it on the stove. But Anna struggles with the gas knob. Jiha is watching from the camera that she has not turned on the gas valve from behind. But he can't do anything for her from sitting in the surveillance room. Anna is die-hearted as she can't eat ramyun now. So, she goes back to her room. Jiha checks in on Anna in her room before heading out to the balcony for a smoke. He looks up toward Anna's window and smiles. Just as he's about to light up, he spots a flash on the roof. He strains his eyes to get a closer look at the moving light, and then he sees something much more distinctive, which is a shadow of someone climbing up. He hops across and peers over the roof to see Anna chewing uncooked ramyun. She is also feeding a cute little kitten. Jiha is looking at her from behind. Then, that kitten goes back to its mother, but Anna immediately breaks down sobbing, recalling her mother's final moments, and Jiha sits and waits where he is. He follows Anna back inside. Among the piles of books in the room, he picks up an old photo of a young Anna in happier times with both of her parents. The following day, Secretary Kim does Eugene's makeup for the funeral of her aunt, who died childless yesterday at an old age alone. Eugene had good relations with her aunt, maybe because she wanted her JB Group shares. After reaching the funeral, Chief Ju arrives and expresses his concern that the strict security doesn't allow the JSS to protect Eugene and Sejun during the funeral. Eugene doubts that anyone would dare attack them while Sejun is with her, but since she is allowed to take only 2 employees with her, so Chief Ju sends in Jiha and team leader CO. After Eugene and her husband pay their respects, Jiha grabs a moment with Eugene alone to slip an item into her purse. He instructs her to press it once if she thinks something is off so he can listen in, and twice if she's in danger. It is a specialized pen through which one can listen to the conversation inside with a limited range of reach. Inside, Eugene sits in a locked room with the bereaved family, along with her half-brother Sunwon, his mother, and his father-in-law. The attorney presents a briefcase containing the aunt's will, though he confesses that someone present here has the key. Everyone in the room turns to Eugene, who realizes that the entire family is aware the key is in her possession. While the attorney reads the will aloud, Eugene takes out the pen Jiha had given her. After the attorney is sent away, Eugene presses the button once so Jiha can listen in. It turns out that Aunt Choi Sunja left her entire fortune to Eugene's non-profit organization, and Sunwon's mother remarks how Eugene can't have everything, notably the presidency and JB Group. It's an open secret that Eugene is using the JSS to monitor JB Group, though Sunwon jumps to his sister's defense, saying that she's just looking out for him. But we know that Sunwon would want those funds to circle back to the troubled JB Group, and his father-in-law also wants the same. How about Eugene sell both the JB Group stock she'll acquire from her aunt and the shares of her scholarship foundation? If she does, he'll give those shares to his son-in-law. He's offering double the stock's current value, believing that should be more than enough to help them reach the Blue House. Eugene can hardly believe her ears, as Sunwon's father-in-law up his offer to triple the stock's worth. Sejun thinks it's a reasonable offer, but it takes all of Eugene's willpower. She has no right to sell off a non-profit organization shares. Her smile drops as she's threatened how her scholarship foundation will soon call for an urgent board of directors meeting where they will appoint a new CEO. Eugene angrily rises from her seat, accidentally sending the pen into Sunwon's hand. Sunwon clicks the button, which cuts off the feed to Jia's radio. Back inside, Eugene says any decisions made during a board of directors meeting without the CEO present are null and void. Sunwon's father-in-law replies that they plan to dismiss her from her position first, and then seek to reinstate her after they sell the JB Group shares tucked within the scholarship foundation. Outside, Jia worries that something might be going wrong, so he comes out of the car with an umbrella in hand. He goes inside the building and beats all the men standing there. Then, he turns on the fire alarm, which activates the shower mechanism in the building. So, everyone gets afraid, and water starts to pour on everyone's heads. Jia enters the room and opens the umbrella on Eugene's head. Then, he escorts her out safely. Eugene is still shocked that her family can use such tactics against her to get her shares of the companies. She stops abruptly when Jia places a hand on her back. He tells her to straighten her posture and keep her chin up, because her enemies are still watching her. After that, she returns to the JSS headquarters. She immediately goes into Cloud 9, a top-secret place in that building where only the most elite people can go inside. There, due to her powerful AI, she has all the data of every person in the world. She plans to take revenge on all of the people who stood against her that day. On the night back at the safe house, when Anna comes out of her room for dinner, Jia has already prepared everything for her this time. The pot is full of water already boiling on the stove, and ramyun is also there. She makes the ramyun happily and enjoys eating it a lot. Jia is happy while watching her excited eating that ramyun. Then Jia comes out to smoke. He receives a call from Chief Ju that he is called to Cloud 9 by Eugene. Even a car and a driver have come to take him to Cloud 9. After reaching the JSS headquarters, he goes to Cloud 9, which is in the basement and requires special authentication to enter. Jia steps into an empty corridor that leads him to a glass door that requires a two-step identification verification for entry. Behind the door houses an expansive glass conference room, where Eugene, Secretary Kim, the head of JSS, and Chief Ju are reviewing the profiles of the Scholarship Foundation's board of directors, who had sought after her dismissal. Jia waits outside until the meeting ends, and then enters the glass room to meet Eugene alone. Jia is impressed by the Cloud 9. Eugene wants to hear the complete story of Jia. She wants to know why he is behind Park Kwon-soo. First, Jia hesitates to tell her anything, but after learning that Cloud 9 is soundproof and no one can hear them, he seems somewhat to agree. Also, Cloud 9 can address all types of queries about what Jia wants to know about his enemies. So Jia tells her that Park Kwon-soo killed his girlfriend Rania when they were in Iraq, and Jia was framed for the death of Rania and struck out of the army. Then Jia uses the AI of Cloud 9, the magic mirror, to learn about the incident that day when Rania was killed. It turns out that Park Kwon-soo was there for a secret meeting. A great ammunition deal was done that day, which made a lot of money for Park Kwon-soo. Also, Rania helped them decode a secret message that could not be shared with anyone. So, they killed Rania after getting the message. Meanwhile, Anna sneaks outside dressed in Miran's suit, after slipping some of the contents of the syringe into her mug. Anna climbs into a taxi in the early morning and sticks her head out the window to feel the breeze. Anna gets off at her old neighborhood and stands outside her childhood home. She thinks back to happier times with her mother when they would cook outside and dance together, a memory that brings tears to her eyes. While Anna roams the streets, she sees an old photo of her and her mother on display outside a local photo studio. She inquires about it with the owner. The owner remembers her and a family friend, whose photo was also taken with them that day. Anna also remembers her, so she gets the location of that family friend from the owner and goes there to meet her. Meanwhile, Jiha has come to know that Anna is not present at the safe house. So, the whole JSS starts to find Anna, while Anna is present at the hospital to meet an old family friend. That old family friend calls her by her mother's name and asks her to run with her daughter as Eugene is coming to kill her and her daughter. It seems that she is not mentally fit and is struck by the moment of that night when Anna's mother was killed. Meanwhile, Anna learns that JSS has reached the hospital, so she takes the dress of a nun and sneaks out of the hospital. Then she reaches a church, where her father and stepmother, Eugene, are also present, along with many people. Sejun sees his daughter there, and asks Eugene what his daughter is doing there. She orders her agents to get her back, but the father of the church stops them from moving, as the nuns have started singing the poems. Anna also sings a poem with great pain while tears flow from her eyes. After the ceremony, Jiha runs to catch Anna, but she has gone and left a letter for him. This letter is for her father, mentioning that she wants to meet him. She says that her father knows where to find her, but he doesn't know anything when her father, Sejun, is shown the letter and asked where to find Anna. Eugene shows her anger at him, as he is such a bad father that he doesn't even know anything about his daughter. On the other hand, we see Anna sitting alone on a park bench. She remembers the day she went to the amusement park with her parents, who did their best to make sure she had a good time. At that time, when the speakers made an announcement about a missing child, Sejun had asked young Anna what to do if she ever lost her way. Anna replied that she would run and find them. Sejun had bent down to meet her eye level, and explained how it'd be impossible for him to see her if she kept running around. Instead, she should stay put at the exact location where they lost one another, and her father will come to meet her there at any cost. Currently, she is sitting there, but her father has not come to see her yet. A pair of girls stop to take a selfie, unaware that Anna is in the background. So JSS learns Anna's location through that selfie. While Anna waits for her father, Jiha comes with 2 cups of ice cream. He tells her that her father is busy and has sent him instead. Also, he asked him to get these ice creams for her. When she hears that her father has sent her ice cream, she quickly eats it, knowing that it is strawberry ice cream and she has severe allergies to strawberries. As soon as she finishes the cup of ice cream, she feels difficulty speaking, and all of a sudden, she fades out. Jiha is very anxious about the whole situation and doesn't know what to do. Jiha pleads with Anna to stay alive, while the officials stop Chief Ju from transporting her in an ambulance. Once he arrives on the scene, he rides with Anna in the car, while Jiha takes the wheel. He relays the order to head back to JSS headquarters, much to Jiha's frustration. So, Jiha drives the car fast down the streets, honking the horn to alert people in traffic to move out of the way. Immediately upon their arrival, Anna is shifted into the infirmary. Luckily, the doctor at the infirmary is able to treat her. Jiha is anxiously waiting for her outside the room, and feels guilty as he made her eat that strawberry ice cream. While she is being treated, Jaeha meets Master Song. He is an old man and a trainer at the JSS headquarters. He has been the pioneer bodyguard of the JSS and knows many secrets. So, he tells Jiha that Anna's mother was already pregnant when she married and left for the States. Master Song isn't sure what happened there, but the mother returned to Korea one day with young Anna. By then, Sejun had gotten married to Eugene, so he believes Sejun kept that family a secret from Eugene. But then Anna's mother met an untimely death, and Anna was sent abroad again. Master Song believes Anna's mother ended her own life, and he worries that Eugene might do something to Anna. So, he asks Jiha to protect Anna at every cost. After that, when Anna comes back to her senses, Eugene heads straight to the JSS infirmary to see her. Eugene tells Anna that her father doesn't love her and also doesn't care about her. That's why he is not able to meet her yet and is busy with his political activities. Anna doesn't believe her and still asks her to let her meet with her father. Jiha comes in and says that he will get her father to meet her no matter what. So, Jiha goes to the place where Sejun is present and addresses the youth. After the address has ended, Sejun goes to his private room. There, a girl and a bodyguard from JSS have conspired with Park Kwon-soo and are there to get a video of Sejun naked with a lady to defame him. But Jiha finds out about their plan and fights them to fail it. Then he takes Sejun with him outside in his car, saving his life and politics both this time. Sejun laughs in the car and thanks Jiha. He asks where they're going, and when he hears it's to see Anna, he screams for Jiha to stop the car. Jiha yells back that if Sejun doesn't want to see his daughter, he can tell her in person instead of giving her false hope. Jiha tells him that she was ending his life because her father has sent the strawberry ice cream to her, knowing that she has allergies to strawberries. Sejun says that he has a contract with Eugene that he can't see his daughter unless he becomes the president, because seeing her would affect his campaign badly. As he is a puppet of Eugene, he can't refuse this. However, he is ready to meet his daughter this time, but on one condition. He wants Jiha that he will protect her in any condition, because from now on, her life would be in great danger. At the JSS infirmary, when Sejun is there to meet her daughter, Eugene is watching them from the cameras, sitting on cloud 9, but she does nothing. Anna talks to her father, full of emotions. She has missed him a lot throughout these years. She tells him that her mother was killed by someone and not committed suicide. She thinks that Eugene has killed her, but his father rebukes her for saying such words. He asks her not to tell anyone about this again. As Eugene watches them, he also talks to her harshly for showing it to Eugene. At this, Anna becomes upset with her dad and turns back to her bed, avoiding him. In the morning, Anna expresses anger at Jiha for bringing her dad there, but Jiha calmly takes her out back to the safe house. When they have reached the safe house, a news reporter sees Anna and takes a picture of her with Jiha. Jiha notices the reporter and quickly goes to him, and sees his phone to delete that photo. But he is surprised to see that Anna is the talk of the town. She has gained much popularity through social media, and everyone is talking about her. So, Jiha devises a plan and asks the reporter to bring all the press reporters and fans of Anna to that place within an hour. And then Anna will come out in front of them. Within an hour, people gather around the safe house. This news reaches Eugene, who becomes very angry. In her anger, she orders her agents to kill Anna at the time when she makes her appearance in front of the people. Jiha knows that something like this could endanger Anna's life, so he is already prepared for such circumstances. He spots the snipers and makes them unconscious before they kill Anna. There is also a tough fight between Jiha and the attacking team leader. In the end, Jiha also claims victory over him. Meanwhile, Anna makes her appearance in front of the people. She tells them that she is the daughter of Uemi Hai-rin, her mother, who was a great movie star. Also, in the instructions of Jiha, she tells them that her father is the late director Go Jun-ho, who was the father of Eugene. Obviously, she is not telling the truth. Meanwhile, Eugene also reached there and saw the whole scene. Suddenly, the camera flashes started, and Anna faints in front of the people. At night, Eugene is investigating her workers about the incident and why they all let this happen. Jiha comes in and says that it was his plan and no one else was involved. When Eugene asks why he did it, Jiha openly replies that this outcome is better than having Anna killed in the public eye. Eugene knows that Jiha is playing smartly, so she doesn't do anything to him. She says that he did excellent work today and leaves. Back at the safe house, Jiha resumes his nightly duties monitoring the cameras. He notices Anna head for the attic and gets up, knowing that she's headed for the roof. He sits at a distance, watching her and thinking about their entire history together. He jumps to action when Anna staggers on the tiles, sliding toward her and sprawling out on the roof when she turns back. But both are safe, and now in an awkward situation. But then, they sit next to each other as Anna thanks him for everything, from Barcelona to the ramen to the ice cream to bringing her father to earlier, and even to this very moment. They chat about different things, and then Anna weeps, remembering her mother. So Jiha gives her his shoulder and comforts her. Meanwhile, at the place of Park Kwon-soo, the commissioner informs him about Jiha and everything related to him. After some days, Anna is present at the JSS headquarters, and Master Song teaches her some self-defense techniques. Meanwhile, Sung-won comes there. He is the stepbrother of Eugene and introduces himself to Anna as her uncle. He meets her warmly. Sung-won also invites Anna to a meal with him, but Eugene reaches there, and she doesn't want Anna to go with him. Anna sees that Eugene and Sung-won are enemies, so she agrees to go with Sung-won. Also, Jiha is with them, but Sung-won first takes her to the hospital for a psychiatric session. Sung-won tells Jiha that he intends to keep Anna with himself for some time. Also, he believes that Anna will agree to his proposal, and if she does not agree, then the doctors are his friends, and they will make her agree. This makes Jiha conscious, and runs to see Anna in the doctor's room, but she is not there. Sung-won has shifted her to some other place. Jiha tells the whole story to Eugene, who appoints the whole JSS to search for Anna. Actually, Anna can be used against Eugene in a very bad way. That's why Eugene is very angry at this act of Sung-won. While on the roads, searching for Anna, Jiha spots a van. When he opens the door, Anna is not there, but the driver gives him the phone. Sung-won is on the call, and he tells Jiha Anna's location but warns him to come alone there. Jiha goes to that place alone in his car. There, he sees Anna's housekeeper and female bodyguard also present. Anna is there by her own will, as she thinks that the enemy of the enemy is a friend. Jiha informs Eugene that he has found Anna, so Eugene takes a sigh of relief. But Sun-won tells her that Anna will live with him at that place for some time. The place is near a beach, so they go for a walk there. Jiha and Anna play with each other and have quality time together. They also have dinner together. In the night, Sun-won tells Jiha that he is going to train Anna against Eugene, so that Anna can bring the true face of Eugene to the world. After that, Jiha hands over a walkie-talkie to Anna, and they have a happy conversation all night. In the morning, when Jiha goes to Eugene to tell her the whole situation, Sun-won gives the police file of her mother's death investigation to Anna for study. After that, when Eugene is at a live show talking about Anna and her mother, Uemi Hai-rin, Anna makes her surprise visit there. This makes Eugene very nervous because Anna can destroy her popularity there by speaking the truth about the death of her mother. But Anna doesn't completely expose Eugene's lies. She just gives signs that she is going to find out the reason why her mother committed suicide, as she was not feeling any threats or financial issues. So what was the reason which compelled her to take such a step? After the show ends, Jiha expresses to Anna his concerns that this game is dangerous and can affect her daily life. But Anna says that her uncle is helping expose the true face of Eugene, and Jiha is there to protect Anna, so she has nothing to worry about. Then, she shows him the police file of her mother's death. She now firmly believes that it was not suicide, as her mother actually died a painful death because her nails were broken when they found her. On the other hand, Eugene is still shaking when she returns to the dressing room. She admits that she must have miscalculated Anna's potential, and that she should have listened to Secretary Kim's suggestion of killing Anna when they had the chance. After that, Sun-won brings Anna, a fashion stylist. He wants her to look presentable from now on, as she has to be in public more often now. There is also a photo shoot of Anna. Sun-won hands Anna anti-anxiety tablets and asks her to take them before the next shoot, when they are going to use the flashlights for better results. Jiha is worried about Anna's health, as flashlights stimulate Anna's phobia. He is also worried about even the medicine Sun-won has given to Anna, but she believes her uncle. Meanwhile, Secretary Kim, seeing the pity condition of Eugene, orders some agents to kill both Jaha and Anna while they are in the salon. So, a group of goons come to the salon and spread poisonous gas in the whole building, while they themselves are wearing gas masks on their faces. Seeing this, Jiha asks Anna to climb up into the vents so that she remains safe from the gas. At the same time, he himself calls Eugene to tell her about this. But Secretary Kim takes the phone, and Jiha comes to know that it is her act of killing, and now they are on their own to save their lives. So, he fights with the goons alone. He gets a mask from one of the attackers. When Anna sees Jiha is hurt while fighting, she also comes down. But in the end, Jiha successfully eliminates all the attackers, and now they are saved. They decide to go back to the safe house for Anna's safety. At the safe house, Anna is still afraid of attackers and doesn't want to come out of the car. So, Jiha pulls a blanket around him and takes Anna inside. Then, hiding from everyone, he takes Anna inside the house. Also, they get close and share a romantic kiss under the blanket. The next morning, we see that an investigation team has captured Se-jun and accused him of a big corruption scandal. But they are doing this at the request of Park Kwon-soo. Eugene gets very angry by seeing this. She wants revenge on Park Kwon-soo as soon as possible to get Se-jun out of custody quickly. So the CEO of the JSS named Gook devises a plan for Eugene to assassinate Park Kwon-soo. However, for this plan, they need Jiha, who is the only agent who can complete this mission. So they call for him, but Jiha is already angry at Secretary Kim, as she has ordered some assassins to kill him and Anna. But in the end, Jiha also wants to kill Park Kwon-soo. So, he agrees to complete this mission on two conditions. One is that Secretary Kim will die if he succeeds in killing Park Kwon-soo. The other condition is that Eugene will never harm Anna again ever in her life. Eugene agrees with his conditions. As the mission is very dangerous, and the chances of Jiha returning alive are low, Eugene politely tells Jiha that he must come back alive no matter whether the mission is successful or not. Meanwhile, Secretary Kim calls the team leader, Seo, and asks him to kill Jiha. Jiha should not come back alive. She has to save herself. Jiha takes the attacking team with him and follows Park Kwon-soo's car. He himself is hidden in the uniform of special forces that were appointed to safeguard Park Kwon-soo. But Jiha didn't know the security code, so Park Kwon-soo caught him up, and his bodyguards started attacking Jiha and his colleagues. Immense gunshots are transferred between both parties. On one side, Jiha and Seo are two agents to kill Park Kwon-soo, but on the other side are a lot of bodyguards of Park Kwon. During the fight, Seo gets injured. Jiha comes to his help, but he forces him to go behind Park Kwon, who is hiding in a safe room. Jiha follows him and also enters that safe room. Now they are alone in that room. Jiha points a gun at the head of Park Kwon-soo, but he is unable to kill him due to his post-traumatic disorder. Also, he knows that he can't get out of that place alive as the bodyguards have surrounded the whole place. Park Kwon-soo doesn't know about the disorder of Jiha, so he offers a huge amount of money for sparing his life. Jiha devises a plan and makes a phone call to Eugene to revise the deal. He is faking all of this for money, but Eugene understands his circumstances and tactics against Park Kwon-soo. So, Eugene plays the double game and asks Park Kwon-soo to let Se-jun out of the investigation team's custody and get him into his party for the presidential campaign. Se-jun had been an independent candidate before. Park Kwon-soo agrees with the offer, announces that Se-jun is joining their party, and asks the investigators to free Se-jun now. Also, Park Kwon gives the money to Jiha for sparing his life, and asks his bodyguards to let them go untouched. On the other hand, Seo is not picking up the call of Secretary Kim, meaning that he will not hurt Jiha, but her life is spared as Jiha didn't kill Park Kwon-soo. After that, all the agents celebrate with Jiha in the night, as they succeeded in a big mission today. Anna is also with them, celebrating the party. She hugs Jiha tightly as he comes back home. On the other hand, when Se-jun comes back to his home, he slaps Eugene very hard. He came to know that when he was in custody, Eugene ordered her agents to kill Anna, but then Eugene threatens him that if he slaps her again, then she will leave him and join Park Kwon-soo, and make him win the president's seat. After that, she puts on makeup to hide the marks of the slap on her face, and then goes out. She is happy to see Jiha alive again when he is enjoying the party with his teammates. Jiha enjoys quality time with them first, and then with Anna also. After some days, Sung-won takes Anna to her mother's grave. Then he takes her to the prison to meet a prisoner. He is the guy who was there on the night when Uemi Hai-rin was killed. That prisoner tells them he broke into the house to steal valuable things, but he saw Eugene, who was there to kill Uemi Hai-rin. Also, that prisoner is ready to record his statement in the court against Eugene. In return, Sung-won is trying to relieve his time in prison for his crimes, but Sung-won asks Anna not to say anything about this day to Jiha as he is very close to Eugene. So, she agrees. In the night, she goes to a fashion show which was arranged for his mother's memorial. She was going to catwalk there for the first time. Sung-won gives her again the medicine to counter her anxiety, but Jiha is also there worried about those medicines and her condition, as she will not be able to stand in so many flashes. But Anna is persistent in remembering the world about her mother again, so she has to go for this catwalk. When she is in between the catwalk, she stumbles when a flashlight shines in her eyes. So, Jiha runs towards her and gives her support by hugging her. The following day, Secretary Kim tells Eugene that the case of Uemi Hai-rin's death is again being discussed on social media. This time, Eugene's name is being pulled in the case. Everyone wants to defeat Eugene. Sung-won has published an article defaming Eugene, accusing her of being the murderer of Uemi Hai-rin. Park Kwon-soo also takes his part by asking the police commissioner to be strict against Eugene. When Eugene is busy with social work, a group of journalists comes to her to ask about the case. But Eugene faints at the sight of so many people. She is taken to the hospital. When she regains consciousness in the hospital, Master Song comes to meet her with a juice that she liked in her childhood. Master Song also threatens her by saying that she should leave Anna alone and not hurt her. Otherwise, he will reveal to the public the murder of Uemi Hai-rin. Hearing this, Eugene gets very angry and throws the bottle of juice on the ground. After that, Jiha comes to meet her. He asks Eugene to tell him the truth about the murder of Uemi Hai-rin, as Anna firmly believes that Eugene has killed her. But Eugene says that she didn't kill the mother, nor did she order this murderer, but she knows the murderer and can't reveal his name. All these years, she has been pretending to Se-jun and Anna that she killed Uemi Hai-rin. She does this because she wants to control Se-jun so that he won't leave her in any case. Moreover, she tells Jiha that she has configured her AI mirror to respond to his voice, so he can ask Mirror about this if he thinks that Eugene is telling a lie, as Mirror knows everything. After that, we see Eugene herself go to the police station with Se-jun for the investigation of the murder case of Ume Hai-rin. At the police station gate, while talking to the press, she discloses that Anna is Se-jun's daughter. This surprises everyone, as no one was expecting this statement from Eugene. After some time, Se-jun calls for a press conference. He tells everyone that he loved Ume Hai-rin, but he didn't know that she was pregnant when she left him for America. And when she returned after some years, she told him that they had a daughter, but by that time, Se-jun was married to Eugene. So, Ume Hai-rin wanted Se-jun to divorce Eugene and marry her instead. But Se-jun didn't want this, so Ume Hai-rin blackmailed him, saying that if he didn't come to her, she would commit suicide, and in the end, she did this. Anna is also watching the press conference of her dad in tears. She knows that her father is lying, as her mother never blackmailed him. Also, it turns out that the prisoner who was ready to record his statement against Eugene was a fake witness planted by Eugene. He was actually in prison that night and didn't see anything. So, in this way, Eugene comes out of all the charges against herself. Everyone praises her when she comes out of the police station. In the night, Jiha comforts Anna, who is angry at her father due to the lies he told the press. After some time, her father comes to meet her in the safe house. He acknowledges that he told all lies, and her mother never blackmailed him. But he is indeed strangled in the hands of Eugene and cannot do anything. He requests Anna to bear all this until he becomes the president. After that, he would have more power than Eugene, and also, he would be able to save Anna from all the threats. Jiha is hearing all their conversation. He then goes to Cloud 9 to study some matter. The next day, when Anna is at the grave of her mother, Eugene comes there with a bouquet of flowers. She tells Anna that they are the same, as she also had a stepmother, and her father never showed support for her in his life. She requests Anna to go to America and become a superstar and follow her passion. She is willing to cover all of Anna's expenses, but Anna is still persistent in her thoughts that she will disclose the murderer of her mother. Meanwhile, Jiha has completed his research and goes to meet Se-jun. He tells him that he knows about a big corruption scandal with the current president, in which Park Kawan-soo is also involved. He is going to get the evidence of that scandal. Jiha intends to give that evidence to Se-jun so that he will no longer be the puppet of Eugene. Also, he would be able to handle Park Kawan-soo, but in return, he wants Se-jun to clear the image of Anna's mother in front of the public. Actually, Anna wants this from her dad, and Jiha wants to give Se-jun another chance to become Anna's good father. After that, Jiha goes to Park Kawan-soo and tells him that JSS knows about the big corruption scandal of the president, and is now going to get the evidence, which is kept at the hospital where the son of the president works as a doctor. Actually, Jiha doesn't know the location of that evidence. He is trying to convince Park Kawan-soo and the son of the president Suk-han that he knows the location of the evidence, and that they should change the location. So, when they change location, Jiha will get it. The next day, Park Kawan-soo goes to the hospital and tells Suk-han to change the location of the memory card in which all the evidences are saved. Also, there are a lot of JSS agents in the hospital disguised as common people who keep an eye on Suk-han. After seeing the whole situation, Suk-han decides to change the location of that memory card, but Jiha catches him while doing this. So, Suk-han takes back the memory card from that place and runs. Jiha follows him until they both fall from the building. Jiha takes the card from him and also saves his life. After that, he jumps from that building onto a truck to escape. But the agents of Park Kawan-soo are also there and shoot Jiha. The wound makes him bleed a lot, and he is not in a condition to run, so Jiha hides the memory card nearby. Meanwhile, Chief Chu comes there and takes him to the infirmary of JSS headquarters. He becomes the headlines on all news channels for attacking the son of the president. Police also come to JSS for Jiha, but Eugene shifts him to Cloud 9, where no one can reach, and continues his treatment. Meanwhile, CEO Gook takes the police to some other place in the name of Cloud 9 to buy some more time. On the other hand, Suk-han comes back to his senses and asks his people not to harm Jiha. So, all the police are pulled back from JSS. Eugene understands that Jiha was successful in getting the memory card from Suk-han, but after finding the card in Jiha's clothes, they can't get anything. Also, it is not in the car nor in the place where Jiha was shot. Meanwhile, Anna comes to know about Jiha's condition, so she runs to the JSS, but she is not allowed to enter Cloud 9. She begs Eugene to let her in the Cloud 9 to see Jiha. Eugene agrees and takes her to Cloud 9. She also advises Anna to leave the country for Jiha's safety, as Jiha has been doing all this for her. Anna agrees to her and decides to leave the country, because, in this way, Jiha will not always be a threat. Then we see Sung-won meeting CEO Gook. Sung-won is planning something, so he takes Gook on his side. Also, he made a deal with Park Kwon-soo. They are planning to attack JSS. They will kill Eugene, and Park Kwon-soo gets the memory card, while Sung-won wants Cloud9 for himself. Meanwhile, Jiha has come back to his senses. He sees the video of Anna, who had come to see him when he was unconscious. When Eugene asks him about the memory card, he tells her that he has not gotten that memory card to give to her, but he has some other intentions. At the same time, Sung-won attacks JSS with the agents of Park Kwon-soo. CEO Gook also helps them in breaching the security and taking Sung-won to the Cloud9. He has also taken a bomb with him. He sets the timer of the bomb for 2 hours, but Eugene locks the glass door so that they can't enter it. Park Kwon-soo also joins them on the video call. Then, Jiha and Eugene plan to dismantle the union of Sung-won and Park Kwon-soo. So, Jiha tricks Park Kwon-soo and tells him that he will bring the memory card to him. So, he ends the call, but Sung-won is still there who wants the Cloud9. But Eugene will never agree to give him Cloud9. Meanwhile, Jiha gets up to go and get the memory card, so that they can use it to free JSS from attackers. Also, one of the men of Park Kwon-soo goes with him. After they have left, Eugene closes all the exits of Cloud9 and blocks the phone calls from Cloud9. Then she sends the live footage of the inside of Cloud9 to Secretary Kim, so that she can come with some help to fight off the attackers. Then she orders Mirror to send the location of the grandchildren of CEO Gook to some assassins, as Gook has betrayed Eugene, but Gook falls on his knees, begging for the life of his grandchildren. In return, he offers his own life. So, Eugene asks him to end his life by himself in order to save his grandchildren. So, he takes the gun of a bodyguard and shoots himself. On the other hand, Jiha has found the memory card. The man of Park Kwon-soo attacks him after seeing that he has got the card, but Chief Ju reaches in time and kills him. Now Jiha hands over the memory card to Sejun and tells him that JSS is under attack, and he can save Eugene by airing the evidence in the media. Meanwhile, when Park Kwon-soo comes to know that his man is dead and the memory card is in the hand of Sejun, he orders his men to catch the daughter of Sejun, who is just going to fly for America. His men reach there and take her as hostage. When Jiha comes to the place of Park Kwon-soo, he comes to know that Park is not there, and he has made Anna his hostage. Meanwhile, Park video calls Sejun and shows him Anna bound in ropes. Park asks Sejun to come to Cloud9 with the memory card to save his daughter. Jiha fights with the men of Park Kwon and also finds out that they are taking Anna to Cloud9, and the bomb they have taken to Cloud9 is non-diffusable. Park Kwon-soo has also betrayed Sung-won. When the agents of Park Kwon reach JSS headquarters with Anna, Master Song attacks them with some bodyguards and frees Anna from their hands. Also, Secretary Kim has reached the headquarters with additional help, and they are trying to free the headquarters from attackers. Meanwhile, some men of Park Kwon-soo again try to follow Anna to capture her. She runs into the abandoned area of the building, hiding from the attackers. Jiha has also reached the headquarters, and he checks the CCTV to find Anna. Then he goes to that place and fights with the attackers to save Anna. But his condition is not good, so he falls to the ground and becomes unconscious. Sejun has reached the Cloud9. He shows Eugene the memory card, which was brought to him by Jiha, and says that he is no longer Eugene's puppet. Now, he is more powerful than her. But here, Eugene tells him that she did not murder Uemi Hai-rin. At first, Sejun doesn't believe her, but when she tells them that it was her father who ordered Master Song to kill Uemi Hai-rin, then he believes her. Meanwhile, Jiha is taken to the infirmary. Secretary Kim takes Anna to the Cloud9 on the order of Eugene. As soon as they reach there, Sung-won shoots Secretary Kim in the leg and puts the gun on the head of Anna to force Sejun and Eugene to open the door. When he enters the glass room, he asks Eugene to hand over the mirror, but she still doesn't comply with him. So Sung-won shoots Eugene. Sung-won gets the memory card from Sejun. Meanwhile, Jiha returns to his senses and says the bomb is non-diffusable. Chief Ju informs Sejun about the bomb, and when Sung-won tries to defuse the bomb, it turns out that Jiha is telling the truth. So Sung-won asks Eugene, who is taking her last breaths, to open the elevator, but the outsiders turn down the electricity at the same time. Now they are now struck inside the Cloud9, and only 5 minutes remain before the explosion. While taking the last breaths, Eugene also tells the story to Anna of that night when her mother was killed. After that, Jiha comes there to help, but Sung-won takes the opportunity and gets out of the Cloud 9 while shooting a bullet in the leg of Jiha. Then, the injured Jiha devises another plan to use the safety mechanism of the elevator during the free fall to escape from the explosion. He asks Eugene to come with them, but she declines, as she has no place to go and wants to rest now. So, all the others go to the elevator without her. But before the free fall, Se-jun bids farewell to Anna and leaves the elevator. He goes back to reduce the impact of the explosion. He pushes the bomb inside the glass room where Eugene is present, and then asks Eugene to close the door. He also wants to die with Eugene, so he remains there. They share a hug together at the last moment. On the command of Jiha, all other agents shoot at the ropes holding the elevator to create a free fall. Explosion occurs, but Jiha, Anna and Secretary Kim remain safe in the elevator. In the end, we see that Jiha makes Park Kwon-soo commit unthinkable by his own people. Also, Sun-won is killed by Secretary Kim. Anna inherits everything from her parents, and she shares all the evidence of that memory card with the public. And after that, Jiha and Anna live a happy life.